A new dawn, a new day. The two fresh colonists, straight out of the egg, have appeared in front of us. Sparks and ready, being brought up around mechanoids and monks. What a life they'll live, surrounded by potentially luxury and strange rituals that we won't go into because they're definitely not appropriate for YouTube TOS. Welcome to the Mechanoid Mastery Series, episode 8. And today we are working on the retail front of things. We're going to be working on our in-game economy and building the most incredible hotel you've ever seen before. Think of the Hilton Hotel, but add mechanoids and strange, sexy monks that do a lot of things with mechanoids, and you've got it. So that is the plan for today's episode, and of course we will be just improving the base, working on more mechanoids and going into the androids further. I think I want to get at least another couple of androids on the go so we can really go and get more resources, because that is where we're lacking the most. So if you enjoy any of today's episode, are excited to see the most grand, fantastic hotel you've ever seen, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. So let's start by splitting this off into sections. So I have added to the mod pack, which is now actually available in the description if you wanted to play along. We now have more things for it with the gastronomy mod and the cash register mod, which is all part of the mod. Pretty much all works together with the same mod, which allows guests to come in and you can feed them, you can have restaurants, you can have shop fronts and everything. I don't know how it works. That's the only issue. I know that we need to get a cash register. I assume we have to research that. No, we don't. Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, there we go. Cash register. Cash register, workplace for your waiters, work for where you can control your restaurant. So we can now have a restaurant. It almost makes sense to have like these middle sections as like staff, maybe. Maybe have like the top one at the bottom one for like staff to go in between, which sounds a bit weird to say. We have like a restaurant on one side. There we go. So let's have like maybe a front desk at the front on like both sides, like have a front area. So like one area is for the restaurant front desk, one's for the hotel front desk, and then have bedrooms at the back here. We can have like different bedrooms and everything. I think that might be a good idea. Let me split things up and see what it looks like. Right, I've got pretty much all of the hotel kind of set up, I think. At the moment I've got it so it's a lot of bedrooms. We have on this side, we have like a bunk bedroom here, which is going to be the cheapest one. We have these ones in the middle that are going to be the most middle expensive one, and we have the most expensive ones on this side and this side, which have got double beds and things, and we have them all different prices so people can spend what they want. I've got on this side a restaurant here. I think I've made it slightly too big. I've forgotten that I need to put a shop in here as well. So I will probably adapt that and change it. I just need to now set up some gardens in the middle to make it look good and give them some like more recreation and stuff to do. But otherwise, I think it's going to look really good. Because we'll get traders from this. We'll get a lot of money, hopefully. And now we need to think of what are we going to sell the people of this hotel. Now, the obvious thing will be drugs, right? We get Lord Goose Gander himself to sell the drugs. Actually, let's try tame the gander as well, because that would be... Wild ganders may attack upon failing. Okay, whatever. Let's try tame the gander as well so we can, like, try keep it alive and make it ours. Drugs would be the obvious thing to sell them. I'm not sure what else we could sell. Maybe just clothes? Maybe we specialize in making clothes with all the muffalo wool we've got up here? I felt like that's definitely something that monks would do. They'd use their own animals. We have alpacas as well. So I've now set up a shop down here as well on the assumption that we are going to be selling clothes rather than drugs. We might end up selling drugs as well. It depends which is more lucrative. You know, maybe we want to really upset the Empire and become the biggest monk drug dealers you've ever seen. I've also made the decision as well with Mr. Krabs is we're going to be doing some strip mining. Some. Emphasis on some, because I like the aesthetic of having a whole mountain range and everything around us not being just full of just tunnels. So Mr. Krabs is going to be doing some aesthetically appropriate strip mining. So as you can see, we're just going along in strips as well. Mr. Krabs is a pretty useless actually, because unlike what we thought, he cannot actually do any drilling. So we need to get him to do something. Otherwise, Mr. Krabs is kind of useless. So as we are constructing our hotel, you know, we need to set up these tables for dining. What I don't like is when I click up on the dining table, yes, I can have it set up for dining, but I can also have orgies in the hotel, which wouldn't be bad if we had a lot more guests. But we have no guests, and it's probably not appropriate with having 2 babies, you know? And we've now made ourselves another android, ID 753. I've still not thought of a naming scheme for the androids yet, so if you have any suggestions in the comment section, let me know. So ID 753, you are also going to be living the life of drilling, and that is it. We are still extremely desperate for plasteel, and until we can test out the drillers when we gestate this one, I'm not going to know which one is better. If the drillers are better, I will take off one of these androids off drilling and put them also on stone cutting and things, just so we can help out with around the base. But till then, more androids it is. By popular demand as well, the War Queen has been renamed to Big Mama, and our behemoth is now Big Popper. You know, Mama and Popper of the economy. It's going to look real strange when we get another behemoth, and then there's going to be all sorts of issues with who's Mama and who's Popper, and is one going to be brother and one sister? Who knows? Also, imagine if you're a baby right now and you just see a behemoth standing there menacingly looking over you. Are you scared or comforted? I don't know. Gestation has been complete on a Scyther, so we now have lots of variation. Lots of healthy variation of mechanoids. Scythers. The Scythers, obviously, we all know what the Scythers are like. We all know that they're decent in numbers, but they're very cheap and they're easy to just resurrect if we need to. So maybe a few of them would be quite nice. Right, the gestation is complete on the driller. So, Robbie, come take the driller out. Let's see how it compares to the androids. There it is. There's the driller, following Robbie. Let's assign you to work and recharge, and let's follow and see how quickly it can drill. And the wild gander is attacking due to a botched taming attempt. It's dead. Bruised behemoth fist, head destroyed. Big Popper separated the wild gander's head. Big Popper. Big Popper, why'd you do that? Oh no. The drugs lord himself is gone. R.I.P. So far we can't actually see if the driller is any good at drilling, because at the moment it's mining. But if we compare it to Mr. Krabs, it is a hell of a lot quicker. Ignore the ship landing. It is a hell of a lot quicker. So I guess this is a good sign, potentially. So I guess we've now accidentally made Mr. Krabs totally obsolete. Whoops. Oh no. Well, Mr. Krabs, I think that means you can now actually be a combat mechanoid, honestly. I wouldn't be opposed to it either. I would not be opposed to Mr. Krabs being a combat mechanoid. And there we are. We have now created another android. ID 555. 55555? 155. So ID 155, you will be assisting with ID 280, and you will be doing stone cutting and smelting, just to prepare, so we can get everything built. As you've probably noticed, I've queued up a hell of a lot of things. These border paths are so expensive in terms of marble blocks, but I think they look quite nice. It's nice to have little borders and things. It's either that or grass, and I don't know. I feel like monks would have like nice borders and stuff. Okay, we have an actual issue again. Turns out the drillers can't actually use deep drills out of commander range. Robbie, come over here. It doesn't work. Yeah, drill one, it won't let me use them to do any drilling, which is a massive shame. I don't know if there are specific drills for them. Maybe there is. I don't know, but it doesn't work. Massive shame. Like, an absolutely huge shame there. All of that effort, and they can't really do anything. So the drillers are just better Mr. Krabs, but Mr. Krabs is more iconic, so I'd probably rather have Mr. Krabs. Too deep and infestation. Vibrations from the deep trails have angered some underground insects, now totaling up to seek revenge. Bobby and ID 556, get away. Robert, stand there. Hold your ground. To be fair, I could probably just send the marshals down there. Yeah, easy peasy. Oh, please, please. I think there's an issue with Big Mama, because every time we use her, there's just so many errors, and I don't think that's meant to happen, you know? Is that all of them dead? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, that's all of them dead. Easy peasy for the guys. Absolutely easy peasy. And Jones is now working on the first advanced mech gestator. I have got no idea what this does, because it's not part of the base game. I assume we just get really, really powerful mechanoids out of this, I assume? It's there, the advanced mech gestator. So we've advanced Agrahans, advanced clean sweepers. Oh, they're just basic versions of these. But why are they advanced? What does it mean? Are they like slightly better? Is that what we're saying? Work skill 16. Oh, okay. So they have a work skill of 16. Work skill of 16. Work skill of 16. So what do these have a work skill of? 10. Ah, okay. So they're just better versions of what we already have. Okay, okay, I like the sound of that. So, like, if we had the Agrahans, they'd be able to sew more things and do better things. Same with the lifters, they'd probably be able to carry a lot more things. The paramedics are probably worth grabbing, and so are the fabricors. The fabricors are probably be really handy to grab. Same with the they're all actually very handy to get, but especially the fabricors. These ones I actually feel are worth it with 16 in crafting A couple of those would be really, really overpowered, which is why they're so expensive. If we'll queue up a couple of advanced fabric cores, and then when we can craft them. And we're starting to get most of the bedrooms now finished. The gardens are being planted. The workers are going super hard for the grand opening of our hotel. So far, we have no food. I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe we make a specific food type to be stored over here, and we make it out of all of our finest products, like the rice and the mushrooms and the raspberries. I'm sure you can make a fantastic dish out of that. And then have it so that's the only thing available, so we can have a stack for it, potentially. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Because if it's people are constantly going from the kitchen to the other side of the base, ferrying food for guests, then maybe I'll change things around. I don't know. Okay, so most of the hotel is now totally online, so I think I'm going to start turning it on for guests. Ooh, $0 for this bedroom. You're having a laugh. So I guess we just turn them all on for guests, and then we can set the prices, I think. So the double beds at the top here, these ones are going to be 40 silver. 40 silver. Absolutely ridiculous pricing, I must say. And then the ones that are just the single beds, these ones are going to be 20 silver, and the ones down here will be like 10 maybe. So yeah, so we've got the cheapest ones, the medium cheap ones, and then we have the most expensive ones being 40. And I feel like I'm providing value at each different level. So hopefully we get the guests coming in and they want feeding and stuff, and everything will be well. And I guess that we then need to set these to be for dining. Wow, and it gives them a nice potted flowers. Wow. How cool. And then we need a cash register. Oh, this is so interesting. All these things that we're creating. Let's have a mahogany cash register. We put this there, and I think that you can interact with the begin orgy. No. We're not going to begin orgy yet. We build the cash register there, and then I think that can control what goes on. There we go. Perfect. Radius is 20. What is that the radius for? I don't know. So shop, we can sell lots of different things. Okay. So we can just feed them whatever. Or just sell them lots of different things. Ah, interesting. Let's reduce the radius so it's only things inside here, and then people have to come to here to then buy and sell it. That makes sense. We won't sell them any raw resources or weapons. We'll sell them apparel here, and this place will just put clothes. So if we now set up, what should we sell these people? Let's sell shoes. We'll sell capes. We'll sell cowboy hats, gloves. Let's sell slave body straps. No. Let's also sell some t-shirts. Well, this is our brand here. This is what we do. So we'll make 10 of each, and then we can store them all over in the... here. Ooh, we've now built ourselves another Mechanoid, ID 50403. We now have more Mechanoids almost than we do people. Well, actually, we've had that for a while. We've also got more androids than we have people now. The android uprising is almost upon us. ID 403, you are also going to be on deep drilling for the time being. I have no other reason to have people on anything else at the moment. Deep drilling's kind of the only thing we need for plasteel. And a man-hunting pack of pugs have entered the area. Why are there 32 pugs? Why? Who on earth has 32 pugs in the first place, and why do they go man-hunting? Okay, this could actually be an issue. I can't believe I'm saying that the man-hunting pack of pugs could be an issue. Jones, everyone just sort of saying stay inside. We'll probably be fine if we can get all the Mechanoids just to defend us. Right, so we've now got everybody locked inside, which is perfect. So hopefully all the Mechanoids can deal with this. Big Mama's on her way as well. This could go badly, you know? These pugs are slightly scary. Oh, God. Isn't it just so satisfying seeing all these pugs set on fire? Don't you just love to see it? Alright, I'm not sure why I was scared, honestly. That was a bit too easy, wasn't it, really? Just fire and blood and damage just everywhere. I don't think anybody took any damage from that. Oh, God. Oh, no. I've just noticed. Robbie is gestating himself a behemoth. Robbie... No, Robbie, you are not having a behemoth. Of all the characters, I know. No, Robbie, you are not having a behemoth. You are not having a behemoth, Robbie. Jones can have a behemoth. Jones can have 2 behemoths. That's so cool. Behemoth 1 and Behemoth 2 fighting over the love of Big Mama. Big Papa and Big Papa's brother fighting over the love of Big Mama. It's just like a housewife drama almost. But it's glad to see we are keeping up with production of plasteel enough that we are still gestating mechs. We are unfortunately not gestating the Fabricore, which I would have maybe liked instead. Robert's down here playing himself a tune on the piano with all the Mechanoids listening. The great thing about the Mechanoids is that if you're not playing very well on the piano, they'll all probably still appreciate whatever you're playing anyway, because that's what they're programmed to do. So, hey, Robert, good job. You're playing really, really well. So we now have the hotel completely finished, bar this just one Muffalo armchair down at the bottom here. All we need now is guests. How do I get guests? I'd imagine it's something to do with faction relationship, but it also could be because there's so many Mechanoids on the map that it's not very happy with having guests here. I don't know. I'm sure the someone will turn up at some point, I'm sure. We've now finished mechanical standardization, so this basically allows us to do more things with androids. We've got mechanic cabinets, we've got bedside chargers, we've got things to make them better in terms of upgrades and everything. The androids are going to be something that we will be heavily specializing at some point. I don't think I'm going to go any further into the better quality androids. We're not going to have tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. I think we keep tier 1. Robots in this colony are our servants. We're not using them for war. We're not using them for our own unethical gains, apart from maybe the drugs. But the androids should be here as our servants to allow us to do better. So in order to do that, we need to specialize as a bedside chargers, the mechanic cabinets, and we have a mechanical work parts bench. So maybe we make this area here our android room here, and then we can improvements for them, all the mechanical bits. Okay, so we have the android works parts bench. So what we can do, resurrector kits, bouncer frames that do mining speed. Very handy. We need Nutriamine for that, unfortunately. Our Roomba frame, which does medical. Oh, wow. They do. That's a cleaning speed multiplier of 200%. Jesus Christ. And a specialized voice synthesizer, which just basically allows them to speak. Could be handy to have just an android working in the restaurant when we get customers. But the bouncer frame is very interesting. Mining speed plus 30%, 130%, deep drilling speed 120%, and construction speed 120%. Deep drilling speed especially would be very handy. Nutriamine, yeah, with tech prints we can craft it. So we just need to look for an exotic goods trader and we should be able to grab that pretty easily. And if we look at the base now, I've done so many aesthetic upgrades now that it's just unbelievable. I've got paths come in here, I've got all the borders done, no guests yet. And I think we're going to call this episode here, as I've just been doing so many upgrades now that we are at a point where we've nearly finished one of our main objectives of this series. What the objective being to create a successful business helping our weary travelers. We have the successful business here, in principle. It's nearly upgraded, it's fully upgraded, it's got everything we need, it's got the restaurant, it's got the beds. We just need the customers. I don't know how we get the customers, but I'm sure it'll come to me in one way or another. Somebody please tell me if I'm doing something wrong with this. I'd imagine it's to do with faction relations, and I don't know if having androids and stuff stops that, so there's that. I think we can start now working towards defeating the last boss Mechanoid. I don't know how strong it is necessarily, so I think we maybe want to craft a few more Mechanoids and just improve our economy slightly better. And then we can start working towards our final objectives. Already? Maybe. I don't know. No other goals have jumped out at me yet for this series so far, so we'll see how that goes. So if you have enjoyed today's episode and are happy to see our little android army come together, the androids that are probably eventually going to take over us and aren't going to be very happy with the fact that all I've done is make them work in caves all day, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.